Hello everyone, Jeremias here and welcome back to another video. For today we have Europa League, 8 thrilling matches, and we have the team that had advanced to the next round. This is day 2 of the Europa League's playoffs. We will start with the game of Olympiacos receiving Atalanta. The visitor team sealed their passage to the next round of the Europa League after beating a weak local team that melted after the first half. The goal scored by Joaquin Mahele close to the end of the first half crushed the dreams of Olympiacos, who found themselves entangled in the pace proposed by the Italian teams in this match. In the second half, the Ukrainian Malinovsky scored 2 times in 3 minutes, taking this chance to send a clear message about his country's war with Russia. He opened his account in the 67th minute of a pass from Tim Koopmeiners, and in the 69th minute he scored his second from outside the box after receiving a pass from Jeremy Boga. With this result, the series ended with a global of 5-1 in favor of the Italian team. Up next, we have the game of Lazio receiving Porto. It was a very hard-fought match with a lot of fouls and a lot of bookings from both sides. The game started at an insane pace, and Ciro Immobile was the commander for the Italian team. After missing a chance and having a goal nullified for offside, he finally managed to score at the 19th minute of the first half. Porto tried to react, but everything at this moment was going in favor of the locals. But at the worst moment of the first half, a penalty at the instance of the VAR allowed Porto to equalize, thanks to the goal of Mehdi Taremi. After the break, Porto regained control of the situation, but now with a more direct game. After a superb pass from Taremi that left Mateus Uribe alone, who controlled with his chest and beat the goalkeeper Strakosha, Porto took the lead of the game. Finally, in the agony of the game, Danilo Cataldi set the final tie at 2 in the scoreboard. That was just not enough for Lazio. With a global of 3-4, Porto moved to the next round. For the next game, we have Dinamo Zagreb receiving Sevilla. The Spanish team managed to book the pass to the next round after a narrow defeat in Zagreb. When the game seemed to be going better for Sevilla, a controversial penalty granted by a hand of Acuna inside the box was awarded to Orsic, who exchanged the penalty for a goal at the 64th minute. The game was further complicated by Delaney's second yellow card, which left the Sevillistas at a disadvantage for the entire added time. Luckily, nothing of note happened, and the referee's final whistle brought a huge sigh of relief from the Sevillistas, who will see their team in the next round after a global of 3-2. For the next game, we had Real Sociedad receiving Red Bull Leipzig. The German team managed to defeat the Spanish in a playoff that was alive until the very last minute, despite the level of the German team. Orban, in the 39th minute, scored the goal after a rebound from the goalkeeper's Ryan after saving Andre Silva's penalty. In the second half, Andre Silva has his revenge and scored at the 59th minute the 2-0 in favor of the visiting team. Real Sociedad reacted, and thanks to the goal of Subimendi at minute 66, managed to stay alive in the series. This until the very last minute, where Forsberg took a penalty and set the final 3-1 in favor of the visiting team, that with a global of 5-3 moved to the next round. Up next, we have a real treat, when Napoli received Barcelona. Barcelona surprised everyone at the beginning of the game, took control of the match, and Napoli was just unable to react at their home. 8 minutes into the game, Barca defender Jordi Alba capitalized on a perfect Barcelona counter-attack, and after an assist from Adama Traoré, scored to make it 1-0. 5 minutes after the first goal, Barcelona added to their lead after a sensational strike from Frankie de Jong. Napoli was able to briefly react when at minute 23 Lorenzo Insigne from a penalty kick reduced the distance. But at the end of the first half, Gerard Piqué with a cross shot increased the advantages to 3-1 in favor of Football Club Barcelona. After the break, Napoli took control of the ball, but Barcelona was again the first one to strike. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, with a beautiful shot at the corner, put the 4-1 in favor of the Spanish team. Shortly before the final whistle, Matteo Politano took advantage of a mistake in the defense to fire a shot at the keeper's near post to make it 4-2. With this result, Barcelona advances to the next round with a global of 5-3. For the next game, we have Rangers receiving Borussia Dortmund. The Glasgow team was pure character, and thanks to the win in their first game and the tie that they have in this game, they kick the Germans out of the competition and advance in this Europa League. 22 minutes into the match, Ryan Kent was brought down in the box after an individual action, and without hesitation, the referee awarded a penalty kick, which was taken by Captain James Tavernier, who brilliantly sent the ball into the back of the net to bring the first joy to the traditional Scottish stadium. It was not until after the half-hour mark that the visitors' reaction came, and it was young Jude Bellingham, taking advantage of a defensive lapse by Connor Golson, who broke into the penalty area and scored the equalizer. Daniel Malen found a loose ball that he only had to push into the back of the net to make the score 2-1 in favor of the visitors. The German team was just one goal away from equalizing the series. In the 57th minute, Captain Tavernier again scored what was going to be the decisive 2-2 tie. With a global of 6-4, Rangers took out one of the strong candidates for the title and advanced to the next round. Up next, we have the only match with no goals, where Betis received Zenit. Real Betis held on and was rewarded at the Benito Villamarin Stadium. They achieved a heroic qualification to the next round of the UEFA Europa League. The Spanish team was able to resist the onslaught of the Russian team, and without showing off and with a lot of sacrifice, they were able to keep the draw, which, adding to the win they have in Russia, put them in the next round. And for the last game, we have Braga receiving Sheriff. The local team needed to revert the result of the first match, where they lost 2-0 against a surprising Sheriff. And they were able to score those 2 goals that they needed. This goal came in the first half. The first goal was scored by Yuri Madeiros at the 17th minute and gave hope to the locals. The equalizer came close to the end of the first half, when Ricardo Horta set what will be the final 2-0 in favor of Braga. Well guys, that will be everything for today's video. Thanks for watching. As always, please remember to hit that like button down below to support the channel and subscribe to it for the latest content. It's been a real pleasure, and I hope to see you all again in the next video. Around the ball.